Hello there and welcome to Mr. Hippemeyer's Chemistry 1. Today we'll be discussing the rules, procedures, and expectations for Chem 1. We'll be going over the INFO2 handout. So as we go over this, have the INFO2 handout, and there's a sheet that accompanies it that you can fill out afterwards. INFO3 is a homework assignment that you'll do after completing this INFO2 video. First of all, let's discuss the procedures for Chem 1. When you walk into the Chem room classroom for the start of the period, go straight back to the lab tables in the back of the room. On the middle lab table, you'll have homework assignments that were turned in that you'll be able to pick up. Then on the lab table that's closest to the wall, you'll be picking up any handouts that are new for that day. If you were absent on the previous day, you'll find the handouts that were passed out the previous day in the student folders. The student folders will be in crates. They'll be labeled by their period number. Find your student folder, look in there, and you will find out handouts that you missed from the previous day. If there are no handouts in there, double check your advanced planner. Every student will receive an advanced planner that details everything that was covered on a day-by-day basis for a particular unit. The crates that contain the folders will also be in the back of the room, and they'll be underneath the number 7 golf flag against the back wall underneath all the cabinets. Have all this done before the start of class. You'll want to be in your seat at the start of the class. When you get in your seat, immediately take all the handouts and homework that you picked up and get them in your binder. Leave your binder out for class. You'll want to get all this done before the start of class. If you are tardy to class, on the third tardy you'll receive a detention. Try to be as early as you can to class to take care of all these things that need to be done. Historically speaking, students that straggle into class are often the students that struggle with class. During your class change, take care of personal business, stopping by the drinking fountain, going to the restroom, that sort of thing. If you feel that class exchange time does not allow you enough time to take care of your personal business, first get to class, get your handouts, your homework, get it in your binder, then head straight back out to the bathroom, but let me know so that I know that you may be running a minute or two late because of personal business. Once class starts, you will not leave to go to the restroom unless it's an emergency. If you have an emergency, such as an upset stomach or anything else that needs to be taken care of, just quietly walk over, sign out, and head to the bathroom. And that's only for emergencies. During class time, you will not be turning in homework. For this class, all homework is turned in before advisory in the morning. The homework turn-in folders will also be on the back lab table. You'll find the homework turn-in folders on the lab table that's closest to the wall. Find your period folders and get your homework turned in before school. We'll talk later. You get a bunch of extra points for doing this, and you'll find out that it is of great value, and we'll talk later about why that is. For this class, every day when you come, make sure you have your chem binder, a pen to write with or pencil to write with. You definitely need highlighters for this class because very often you'll be receiving note packets where you'll highlight things that we discuss, and bring a calculator every day. Occasionally we will use colored pencils. On those days we'll try to let you know ahead of time to bring the colored pencils, but you don't really have to have the colored pencils every day. You don't need to bring a textbook to class. You don't need to bring your chem textbooks. If you get to class and forgot something, head as quickly as you can back to get it out of your locker, but if you're late, you will be assigned a tardy. You are allowed to drink water during class, but do not have snacks and candy and that sort of stuff, or pops and things like that, unless you need it for medical reasons. During chemistry class, only work on chemistry. Do not work on homework from other classes. While you're in class, please be sure that you're listening carefully and taking notes and highlighting your note packets. Do not hesitate to ask questions when you're in class if you're confused. If I ask you a question, do your best to answer it. It's okay to be wrong. Don't respond, "I don't know." make a shot at it, and chances are that will help other students, because if you're wrong, chances are they might have thought the same thing you were thinking, and then we can clear up misconceptions as we go. Obviously, listen and respect others. Don't talk while other students are talking or while the teacher's talking. Always be positive in this class and try your best. If you try in this class, you will succeed, because the secret to chemistry is to try. At the end of class, be sure you're clear on what the homework assignments are for that night. Do not write on the desks. Do not leave trash in the room. And again, only work on chemistry. Do not have your cell phones out texting students and that sort of thing. The only time you'll have a cell phone out is if we need them out. You can always have your Chromebooks out. For this class, we'll be using 3-ring binders. How many 3-ring binders do you need? What size of the 3-ring binder do you need to get? It's kind of up to you. If you get smaller 3-ring binders, you'll probably need 4 of them, 1 for each of the 9 weeks. If you get the large binders, you'll probably need 2 of them, 1 for each semester. Now, we set up binders a little differently in this class. In this class, the most recent unit will be on top. The units that we've done in the past will be in the back. The very last unit in your binder will be the information section. That's where this handout will go, and any of the handouts that are labeled info will go in the info section of your binder. The first unit that we will be doing this year is Unit 1A. Unit 1A will be the second to last unit in your binder. That will go on top of the info section. So as we start receiving handouts for Unit 1A, that will go on top of the info. The info section is the last unit of the binder. Then when we get to Unit 1B and we're finished with Unit 1A, Unit 1B will go on top of Unit 1A, so that when you open your binder, whatever unit we're on is on top. The previous units will be in the back of the binder. To separate the different units that we do, you will need unit dividers. Just little binder dividers with tabs on them so that you can label the various tabs. So you'll immediately need a tab labeled info section and a 1A. And then when we get to 1B, you'll have a divider and you'll label it 1B. And then when we go on to Unit 2, that would be on top of Unit 1B. And you'll label each of the dividers as you go. Now, within a particular unit, what we do in those within various sections of the binder, use the page numbers to order them, so that when you open a unit, page 1 will be first, page 2 will be second, page 3 will be third. So we're going to get an info number 1, an info number 2, and info number 3. When you open, and so forth. When you open the info section, the first page you'll see is 1, then 2, then 3. So within the unit, order them based on the page numbers. They are not in reverse order. Number them or order them according to the page numbers. You'll receive a lot of participation points for keeping a well-organized binder. Be sure you keep your binder organized. As soon as you pick up papers in the back of the room and homework assignments, put them in your binder immediately so that you organize as you go. If you have any questions on how to organize your binder, just ask before class. If you ever need to reach me, if you're confused on anything or you have questions, email me at steve.hippemeyer. It's not Steven, it's steve.hippemeyer. On the website or on the Kettering School website, it's listed as Steven. Don't type that in, I won't get it. It's steve.hippemeyer@ketteringschools.org. If your parents need to have a question or reach me, have them email me as well. Over the next night or so, chances are you'll be purchasing items for this chemistry class. Again, you'll need multiple 3-ring binders, highlighters, colored pencils. We do use whiteout in here because a lot of the stuff we do will use Scantrons. The best way to avoid having things that you erase marked wrong, you can use whiteout to go over any eraser mistakes. You'll need a calculator for this class. Whichever calculator you use for math class will be fine for this class. Obviously, we need binder dividers, pencils with erasers, and if you like to write in pen, get pen. but do not use felt and do not use red pens. In this class, you'll be assigned teams to work with. Your team will more than likely be the students that are sitting around you. When we work in teams, you work with the team you are assigned to, and you work together. Your team is your lifeline to success in this class. Your team will work together on labs. Your team will work together on in-class assignments and projects when we get to those. When we do labs and when we do homework, everybody does their own, but you may work together with your team. It's a great idea to share contact information once you know who your team is. In the past, students have set up group chats and so forth, and when they're doing their chem homework, they just chat back and forth and help each other through the homework. It's a great way to be successful. Team working together well with teams is something you'll need to know when you get to college, because very often that's how you get through college, by working with the other students in your class. For this class, please try your very best and go for an A. If you take advantage of getting all your homework turned in, if you take advantage of retaking tests, because many of the tests you'll be expected to retake it, there's a great opportunity to get an A. There's also bonus videos to watch. Every unit we do, there's a bonus video. When you add up all the bonus points and participation points, there is a great opportunity to get an A in here. So take advantage of those things. Do your very best this entire year and you'll have success. And that means getting homework turned in before school every day. I would certainly hope that you will be honest in this class. Cheating, copying, and so forth is something that you wouldn't want to do. So please be honest. If you have any concerns or stressed about this class, do not hesitate to contact me and talk with me about these things. We want the experience in chemistry to be a great one for you. We do not want it to be a stress one. Good luck this school year. And now you may move on and complete info number 3, a homework assignment that will be turned in before school on Friday. Have a great year.